night, the fox began to please Lee Dam. He bought Lee Dam the pizza she liked the most. He even gently asked Lee Dam if she had enough to eat. If it wasn't enough, he would personally go into the kitchen to cook. Lee Dam was suddenly confused by his gentleness. At this moment, she couldn't help but remember his best friend's words. That man was definitely showing love. Although she immediately said that it was impossible, she still took the initiative to ask the fox a word of love. The fox choked and didn't know how to answer. Lee Dam continued to ask him like that last night. What do you mean? The fox explained that at first he really wanted to let go and let her go, but he thought that if he let her go, he would have to deal with everything alone and would be very confused. Lee Dam also understood after getting the answer, so it was considered a matter of passing, but she still hoped that in the future he could control himself and not do ambiguous actions, as that would easily cause others to misunderstand. The fox immediately dissolved his shyness. He said he just wanted to check to see if she was responsible for herself or not. Lee Dam secretly thought that people really don't understand the world of foxes. In fact, foxes listening to his friend's words because the jade fox in her body changed color. This friend immediately told him to date with Lee Dam. The nine-tailed fox, who lived for 900 years, did not expect that he would be rejected, even more embarrassed about what he just said, because Lee Dam moving out to live alone made his younger brother a little suspicious about his sister's purpose for moving away, so he silently observed her, and indeed, the two of them had a new discovery. He heard his sister calling the other. The two analysts were probably professors. Now young people call them that. The fox was still care about the jade fox inside Lee Dam. Lee Dam also conveniently touched her belly and said that Jade Fox hadn't changed anything recently. Her close friend heard that and said she maybe be pregnant, so the two of them came to the conclusion that Lee Dam was pregnant, and it was right at this time the fox comforted Lee Dam because she had worked hard because of the Jade Fox. Lee Dam said it was okay. After all, it was about to go out. When heard this, her older sister confirmed that she was pregnant. He immediately got angry. Lee Dam, as soon as looked, she knew everything had been exposed. Then the younger brother started questioning the fox. Do you love my sister? The fox replied no, so at least get married. The fox also answered no. The young man, who has lived for 18 years, is the first time he has encountered this kind of scoundrel man. But his friend can't stand it anymore. He only sees this guy holding a stick and rushing to attack the fox. But the next second, just a glance from the fox of the two of them was stopped in the air. The girl was extremely surprised and scared, but the fox told her to rest assured he would take them home safely and erase their memories. Before Lee Dam could react, the two of them immediately disappeared. Lee Dam was extremely scared. One was her younger brother, the other was her best friend. She immediately took out her phone to call him, but was always in a state of turning off the phone. One moment she often saw her brother's bag still there, but the next second it also disappeared. Lee Dam hurriedly went home and saw her brother bringing the whole group of people to the house to play. Her younger brother also asked her what she was doing when she came home. Seeing that backpack had disappeared, actually returned home. Moreover, her younger brother knew absolutely nothing about what had just happened. So, Lee Dam immediately made an excuse to say she was going to get her things, then left immediately, not expecting her younger brother to tell her to quickly go after getting her things. As she left the house, Lee Dam couldn't help but admire how powerful this fox was, not knowing that at this moment, the fox was being mockingly by his friend, living 900 years. Even a girl can't handle it, because as fellow, she immediately showed him a few tricks. In the 21st century, we no longer rely on sweet words, but must relying on practical actions. Frankly speaking, having to do all her requests, he thought about what she was thinking and worrying about. But unexpectedly, when Lee Dam returned, she proactively said she had something to ask him. The fox thought to himself that his opportunity had come. But the next second, Lee Dam's offer of help caught him off guard. This senior is an extremely good stalker. He always appears in front of Lee Dam in a 12-hour day. He can appear in front of her at least 20 times, and the rest of the time he sends messages asking for a date. Lee Dam completely understands how thick-skinned this young man is, which makes her unable to help herself, thinking, it seemed like she was like this back then. She didn't know that the seniors only did that because they made a bet with their friends. This girl couldn't even do anything to the school's hot boy, just to prove that he was capable. Could have Lee Dam, they bet 100,000 won. Lee Dam couldn't stand the senior's thick skin. She started talking to the fox. She talked about her situation in a hoarse voice. The fox heard the purpose of Lee Dam was wanting to disappoint the seniors, and most of all, not wanting to get close to her anymore. The two of them started pretending to date, wanted to find out from here the side of Lee Dam that others hated the most. But this appearance made Lee Dam's mouth open wide. The next second, the fox started helping her analyze her clothes, wearing a t-shirt with a dog image last time. That outfit looked a bit out of trend, but it worked. Lee Dam said this was a good idea, then taught her how to eat extravagantly to make the other person bored hated her, and said that the last time he saw her eating black bean noodles with her mouth full, it was the type that made others hate her. The more Lee Dam listened, the more annoyed she became. But the unsubtle fox still spoke enthusiastically, and there was last time he heard her talk dirty to her friends on the phone. If she said that in front of the seniors, she could save half of her effort. After listening, Lee Dam felt that now she didn't need to try so hard. It's okay to be her every day. Just as they were about to leave, the senior called again. But as soon as she answered the phone, she realized that the other end was very noisy. 2 seconds later, the senior appeared behind her. The fox quickly pulled Lee Dam back. This made Lee Dam's heart pound inexplicably. Then she immediately kept her distance from the fox. But the fox's eyes never left the senior. Lee Dam, seeing that, she immediately introduced for the fox. In any case, she couldn't introduce this person as a fox, so she could only introduce this person as someone she suddenly knew. But the senior didn't care. He even invited Lee Dam to go see a movie tomorrow. The fox saw that and was not happy, but before leaving, the senior even touched Lee Dam's head and then looked at the fox provocatively, so left. But Lee Dam is miserable. This senior is born in the year of the tiger. The fox gave him a look like it wanted to devour him. The day